Late start, but coffee in hand. And I would say we are on. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And we are a few minutes behind schedule, but who cares? It doesn't matter because it's the perfect time to start your day with us. So whether it's 8 on the dot or 8:04, makes no difference. So gave everybody a chance to get on this morning. So there are no excuses. And welcome to Viva Café con Leche. My name is Dr. Laura Toriano. I am with Align Yourself, Inc. I am a life coach specializing in transformation and mindfulness practice. And I am also a badass Buddha. And my beautiful co-host.
Hola, buenos días, good morning, namaste, mi gente.
Namaste.
I'm Margarita, coming to you from Tampa, Florida, by way of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Self-esteem, I have it in bundles.
I'm trying to get us up.
Spiritual and creative healing life coach, author at the moment, haven't been painting. And I am your gladiator guru. Look, I can't even.
We can't speak this morning.
Welcome to Viva Café con Leche. Thank you for joining us, Lisa German. Good morning.
Lisa, good morning. Already on. I'm having trouble finding us, so let me get on so that I can see who's on too. Good morning. Wish there was a easier way for me to do this, and I'm sure my teenager will find it and say, oh, this is the way you do it. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Because they always know how to do it. So yes, good morning. So we are on, how's the weather down there, Margie?
It's hot. It's already hot. Because you know me and my coffee, and those who know me and my coffee. So I get up every morning and I make my cup, my mom's cup, my nephew's cup. Today I made all three plus the landscapers because she should have a cup of coffee. She should have Margarita's cup of coffee because she's not gonna have that anywhere else. She had it yesterday and she was debating whether to have it. I said, you're having one. So I bring it to her and then she takes a couple sips. She's like, oh my God, this is good. I said, I know. Enjoy. So here we are, mi gente, always talking about coffee. I love coffee. I love sharing it with my nephew. He has a porch full of friends. They don't know me from Adam. I'll pop my head out there when it's 90 degrees at 10:30 at night. I'm like, hey, I'm making coffee. Anybody want coffee?
Yeah, and that's actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking about that this morning. So first I want to say good morning to my niece, Ruthie. Good morning, Ruthie, in Tampa.
Good morning, Ruthie.
It's been effing hot up in the Northeast, and it's been like this for days, and we haven't had any rain, and it's been hot and humid. I mean, like high 80s. So it was a little cooler last night, but this morning it was kind of stuffy in the house, and I'm thinking, iced coffee or hot coffee? So are you a morning hot coffee person, even if it's hot out?
Let me put it this way. I am not an iced coffee person.
Period. Okay.
Yeah. And okay. Coffee to me is coffee to me, which we already went over that whole thing. I love it. And I'll have, it could be 100 degrees. And if it's time for café con leche, I'm having my cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like in the mornings, especially coffee, there's nothing better than una taza de café con leche. Like, I don't know how people start their day. And I'm telling you, with this Cairo thin, it has been the most challenging thing. The 4 ounces is not a little bit for me, and any fruits, vegetables. It is my coffee.
The coffee.
I feel like my lover has betrayed me, and I'm in that mourning period. Like I want him back so bad, but I can't reach out right now. It's not time. So that's where I'm at with this.
You didn't listen. Your lover didn't betray you. Your lover is on a business trip and is just gone for 6 weeks. And then
like betrayal and heartbreak, and like I just want to cry.
Return.
Have a good one. So
it is so again, Margie and I have been on a program that I sell in my business called Chirothin, and I've upped the program because there's the program that specifically only chiropractors can give because it's doctor supervised, which is a 6 week weight loss program. But in addition, what I do with my packages is that I add coaching to it. And so, because you got to retrain your brain, there's no point in doing it if you're going to go for 6 weeks and then you're going to go right back to eating the way you were. So Margie and I have been talking about that because she does want to go back to her coffee. And I want her to go back to her coffee after the 6-week program. So she just needs to tweak things and substitute something else out so that you don't go full-fledged back into the old eating habits, you know? And I like your cup, by the way. I have this morning. My light is always so bright here. Some mornings are rough. That's what it is. And it's
mine is
Mickey.
Oh, and Mickey. Mine just says, "Women up."
Women up. I love it. Women up.
Yes. And you know what? I'm never like I'm gonna be 52 years old, and I listen to people who are younger than me say, "Oh, I can't have coffee after 3. I'm gonna be up all night," and I'm like, I'm a night owl, right? So I can't really enjoy my sleep. And good morning, Janet. Good morning, Petey. Hola, Luis Molina. Yeah, Luis Molina from Spain. Luis Molina.
Good morning, Spain. Or actually, what is it? It's like almost, it's midday there, or afternoon.
And I need to have my cup of coffee before I go to sleep because I can't. And just like I need as soon as I wake up. It's not a wake up for me or a keep me up. It's just, it's a passionate flamenco dance with it. That tango dance, you know, you bite too much on the rose stem, you're gonna pierce your lip. That sort of thing.
But that's you know, like some people, like I can't. If I have it at 3, I'll fall asleep, but I won't stay asleep. And my grandmother, you know, lived till she was almost 97 years old, and she would have her espresso at dinner time, you know, like right after dinner. And she never stayed up. So it's just like what you get used to. And if you enjoy it and you love it, you know, and if it's not tremendously harmful, which coffee isn't, I mean, I guess some would argue, but out of all your picks for
coffee isn't. It's what you're dressing the coffee in. You don't need 5 scoops of sugar to drink coffee because you're really not drinking coffee.
Yeah, yep.
Coffee, you know, if you want sugar, then just go make chocolate milk. Just
whatever, exactly.
People who like 5 and 6 scoops of sugar in their coffee, like I'm like, do you want some coffee with that? Coffee. But yeah, so I'm drinking today, mi gente. I am drinking. Good morning, Linda.
And good morning, Angelica. Lovely Angelica's on.
That name. Café Bustelo today. I'm drinking in my cup.
Oh, good.
It's Café La Llave. This is Café Bustelo in my cup today.
I'm still on New Hampshire coffee because I bought so many bags of it and I haven't swapped anything out yet. Oh, and listen, one thing I want to mention, because we're talking we mentioned quickly about the program we're on and the weight loss. Here's what I cannot wait till my chichos are gone, and for those, or my Viva, like for any of you, like I know those words, and because I just was always around Hispanic people, but like Puerto Ricans, but my fat rolls in my stomach. You ever have the fat roll that you pull your underwear up and then at some point your underwear slips?
It rolls down? Like, where the hell are you going?
Yeah, it goes, and then the fat roll sticks over it, and it's like, oh my God, like I'm at that point. I still have that fat roll there, and my underwear, I just pulled it up while we're sitting here. I'm like, it rolled underneath because I moved a certain way, and now I'll try to bring that underwear. I can't wait till I don't have to bring the underwear up above the fat roll. That's my goal.
In my Feel Good defense, good morning, Carmen Grand Diva. I say it's the underwear. The underwear is just losing whatever, or if it's new, I got it the wrong size. But yeah, you're right. It does that because remember, I have the wide hips too. So sometimes I have to like bring it over the hip, so it gives me that extra hump.
Yeah.
Just so that it can secure it. But sometimes it'll just slide down the hips, and I can't wait till I don't have to have all of this. So
yeah, it's annoying. But you see, listen, you're like, I'm rolly though, you know, like you're pretty smooth.
Yeah, I don't have, but I have the belly.
No, but look at you. Oh my God, look at how good you look. You
now let me try and hold it in.
You were bloated. Remember how bloated you were? And you're
But yeah, I don't have all the rolls or anything. Look at it.
see, I do.
Morning.
I'm like the rolling hills of Scotland like on my belly. It's like, I judge the weight loss by how many rolls I have left. Do I have the top, middle, and the bottom? Oh wait, I've gotten rid of the northern hill, and now I just have to get rid of the central and southern hills, But I'm down to 2 hills, but you know what? Listen, you look really good. You look better. I remember you were first got back down to Florida. You were bloated. How you
The
feel?
first week was hard, and like I said, it wasn't even the food because I'm not a sweet person. Although because I knew I had to weigh my food, it kicked in somehow, like that evil best friend that's like, just do it. No, I don't want to, but just do it. That sort of thing. So I had like both of them. They were full-grown demon and angel with me, and so it was hard the first week, and I told my niece, why am I craving something sweet when I absolutely don't like anything sweet? I like it like biscotti. That's not sweet, but you can taste sweetness in it. The almond biscotti. So that's how I like sweets, But so it was hard, but then I you got to say, I'm doing this for me, not anybody else. I'm not doing it for no man. I'm not doing it for no competition. Thank you, Linda. This is for me.
And speaking of men, Ephraim is on. Good morning, Ephraim. And he says, you ladies look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Ephraim, we do this for you. Like we do this solely for you. We dress this way for you. So it's all for you, baby.
So yeah, so I think like anything that you're gonna begin, it's always the most difficult. And once you begin it feels like it's so hard to even fathom the thought that you're going to minimize what you normally eat, but it's harder to stay on it, but it's like with anything. So I mean, it empowers you.
And that's where the coaching comes in.
Yeah, it does so much more than just help you lose weight. So I thank you, Lori, for inviting me on this 6-week journey with Chiral Thin. And if anybody's interested, contact Lori because it's really not bad. It's really not bad. In the recipe book, I'm trying a new one out today. I got to go to the grocery store after this. But yeah, so
yes.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He said, Ephraim says, I love when you lie to me.
About what? Did you see my dance, Ephraim? So remember, everybody, hashtag Taza de Café Selfie with hashtag Viva Café con Leche. Send us a selfie of your mug or you and your mug, whatever. Let us know in the comments, what are you drinking? Let's bring them out. Let everybody know that there's different flavors out there that we can enjoy. And remember, for every like and share, you can win a $25 gift card by noticing who shares the most to show. Let's get it out there. Let's spread the love.
I mean, come on, like let's
pass each other around. I'm easy.
We've got great topics. I mean, you got it like Margie. In fact, Margie and I had a list of topics. We started to add more yesterday, but then Sunday we're having like a really big meeting, a real long one. Most of it because half the time we're bullshitting, but with each other just about general stuff. But so it's half business meeting and half personal bullshit conversation. And that's what makes it so fantastic. But we came up with some fantastic topics, and some of them very deep, some of them funny as hell. And listen, if you think of a topic that, we might have it on the list already. I mean, we have a lot, but think of a topic that is important to you that maybe doesn't get addressed, doesn't get talked about, that that we would have no problem talking about. And, even if it's funny, if it's stupid, if you think it's stupid, listen, that doesn't mean it is, If it's important to you enough for you to think about it, then it's gotta mean something to you, right? So, even if you think it's too heavy for the show, the whole point is that Margie and I want to present topics that even can be hard to talk about, so at one point we're going to be talking about, traumas, childhood traumas and things like that. And those are heavy duty topics, but we want to put our spin to it so that we can help people get beyond themselves, right, Margie? Like to to inspire them. Like we say, we want you to leave your day after watching Viva Café con Leche. We want you to leave with inspiration to see the beauty. I'm reading, these are Margie's words. I love saying Margie's words. Inspiration to see the beauty, set the mood for your day. Inspirational, motivational, bright beauty, spread love, laughter, talk about life, find the beauty. We are responsible for the tone we set for you guys. So let's set our intention for today. Could be the same every day, whether it's peace, love, laughter, light, whatever you think. And so let's do that, right?
Do that. And Janet, yes, Lori Janet says she would like the info.
Okay.
And she's drinking Café Bustelo. Piri, what are you drinking? Linda, what's in your cup?
Ephraim's got the bulletproof coffee, which is the staple, the morning coffee staple, especially for anybody on keto. And it is freaking awesome, by the way. It's just, unfortunately, right now, not allowed on the program that we're on. But that is what I will go back to once our 6 weeks have ended, because, and I've already lost, like I've lost 8 pounds, and we've only been doing the actual weight loss piece for a week and a half. Actually, I've lost 9 pounds. And
I'm at 6 for some reason. Well, you know, the reason is.
But it doesn't look it though, Margie, though. It doesn't look it. Like you are, how's your clothes fitting? Your clothes fitting a little bit better?
Yeah. You want me to get up and show you again?
Right. What'd you say, Abby? I talked over you. I talked over you again. Say it again. Say it again.
You want me to get up and dance for you? No.
Yes, definitely. Let's see it again. Let's see. Go ahead. Shake it before we get on our guest. We have to get her on too.
Dance and you dance and you dance.
Go sideways, baby. Let's see. Oh yeah. Look at you. Look at you. All right. Sounds good. Looks good. All right. So this is, you know, and again, it's not about your size. It's what it means to you. You know, for me, my size, it equals potentially bad health. I mean, I'm in great health for 50, but it could lead to that. It could lead, I know that sometimes I wake up sometimes a little achy and I don't have the stamina that I had. So the weight loss and increased physical fitness is going to be key for me to look absolutely effing hot as I age. I think actually I look better than I did, like literally when I was in my 30s, late 30s. I was like 204 and I just didn't look good at all. And now I actually look much better. So it's not so much about looking good for the weight loss. It's looking good and feeling good for yourself.
Absolutely. And then everything else will fall beautifully on you.
Yes, that's right.
She's not drinking anything fancy here, just Folgers in a to-go cup with 1 sugar and cream. Hey, it's the best part of waking up, mija. Petey's drinking Café Bustelo. You look good. Shake what your mama gave you. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So we are finishing our topic today on what is in your junk drawer. So it's part 2 conversation. If you did not catch Tuesday's conversation, please get on and check it out, because it really went in like exactly the direction that Margie and I wanted it to go. It totally went. Like it was exactly what the piece that we wanted to get out there for everybody. And hopefully you have started going through your physical junk drawers, which will then lead you to your mental junk drawer. So today, I'm going to let Margie introduce our guest, but today, and I'm just going to lead into it, is that today's conversation of part 2, while we still can mention the physical, we're going to focus, right, Margie, today mostly on the mental junk drawers.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and introduce our guest today.
So today I will be introducing a former coworker and friend, Laura Toriano. Laura has a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in applied psychology.
Nice.
She's currently teaching for the past 9 years as an associate professor at Housatonic Community College. And prior to that, she taught 5 years at Sacred Heart University. So I'll let her tell you more about herself because she has a beautiful giggle. So let us introduce Miss Laurita Toriano.
Good morning. Can we hear you? Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Good morning, Laura. Nice to meet you.
Good morning, Lori.
Margie was working you up, girl. She was like, so we are like ready for this conversation. We're very excited to have you on, to have that extra flair of the psychological mind with all your training. So this is very exciting.
Yes,
So,
and I think you have the same training, right?
well, my training's not in psychology, but I mean, I'm a chiropractor, but I've also been teaching human anatomy, physiology, and neuroanatomy, physiology for years. So I don't come, and I've studied behavioral psychology, like on my side, you know, on the side. But just because people are so damn interesting, that's why I.
Oh my God, people are so interesting, isn't it amazing?
Yep. So Margie said, and she introduced you. And
Yeah.
anything else you want to share with everybody about you and your life and your work? And
I don't know where I could fill in the holes, Mark. Did you?
Well, I just talked to them about your bachelor's and your master's and how long you were teaching at HCC and Sacred Heart. I said I would let you introduce yourself in your own way. Do it with
Aww.
yeah.
So, one of the most important things about me and my story is just I'm a first generation college graduate. I think that that's something that's so important and part of my story and why I teach where I teach, because when I was graduating high school, I didn't have a mentor. My parents couldn't help me with school. You know, no one really knew how to advise me what to do, and felt so compelled to go back to that population and help people who need that guidance and all of that. And I literally said to the president of the college, I think 3 or 4 months ago, like, I skip into work every day because I'm so happy to be there. And community college just makes such an impact in people's lives, and it changes. Education is just such a wonderful, empowering tool that no one can take away from you ever. So important to me. And I'm a lifelong learner. I always love to learn. And
yes.
I went back to school at 42 for my master's. Kids. I have right now, my twins are 18 and my son is 22. I went back in 2010, years ago, and they were 8 and 12. Yeah. So, and I did my master's in 1 year full time and worked.
Wow, that's not easy. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not easy at all.
No. So,
mom, full-time job, and going back for her master's.
Yeah, because that's a lot of work. I mean, most people do masters, they usually do it in 2 because it's just, they have to spread it out. So,
yeah.
you are like totally hot. First of all, you're hot that you did all that, but then you're like absolutely freaking hot looking. Like, she's gorgeous, right? So, right? So this is like, we got a twofer here. Like, you like,
Aww.
actually, wait a minute. Let's just put it out to the audience for those that are watching, and those of you that are watching also need to step up to this. You have 3 hot looking ladies here that are absolutely smart and, you know, totally intelligent. And I think that's what makes us even hotter, is the fact that we have the brains to back it up, right? So, okay, so go ahead. That was my little sidebar. So go ahead, keep going.
I like that, Lori. I like that. So I think that's I mean, that's just me. I'm very passionate about my teaching. I love teaching. I've always wanted to be a teacher from when I was a little girl. I coaxed my brother into my little pretend classroom. And I would give him a little math lesson, and my backup plan was to be a hairdresser if I couldn't cut it as a teacher. So when he would come in, I'd do his hair after he got his little math lesson. He hates me for this to this day, because he has like curly hair, and when he'd come into my pretend classroom and he'd leave, I would brush his hair and his hair would be like so funny. I have that as like my opener in my introduction for my students.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Before we get started, do you need to do shout outs at all, Margie? I want to say.
Yes, Carmen Nieves says that she is drinking, well, she's sending love from Bridgeport. Iris like, oh my God, my lady Laura, she wants your number. She says she remembers how amazing you are. And my cousin says, amen, you go girls. Thank you, Diva. That's it. I didn't see anything
And
else.
good morning, Mary Jo, my cousin from Florida. So we've got everybody. We're covering like multiple states, you know. So this is and countries. Thanks, Margie. Like the people are coming on from the countries.
Thank God for those taxi drivers who remembered me on the Camino de San
Who
Miguel.
would forget you, Margie?
I know.
She acts like she's surprised that they remember her. They're probably wondering to this day, going, "Whatever happened to that woman?" You know that we met. Like
The hobo with the namaste hat and the big hoop earrings.
they're dreaming about you. They're probably thinking about you in other ways too, but we won't go there.
Well, I like that. Think about me
That'll be the masturbation conversation. We'll talk about that.
every way. I like that.
So cute.
Okay, so we were talking about Tuesday's conversation was what's in your junk drawer. So we have about 25 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes to talk about what's in your junk drawer. So it was basically, it had two meanings to it. We always have that physical junk drawer in our house. And, Margie and I were talking about the fact that it could either be an actual drawer, like sometimes in your kitchen or in your dining room, or it could be, in Margie's case, pocketbooks. Pocketbooks are the nomadic junk drawers, the ones that you just move from room. It could be your closet. It could be bins, whatever, of those physical items that we think we're going to use again, or we know we will use again, but we don't know when and we don't know where to put them. It's like miscellaneous.
Yep.
But we also have the mental junk drawers. Same deal though. The miscellaneous crap because really the junk drawer is your past stuff. It's like your physical junk drawer has the screws and the change and the recipes and what else were the lip glosses, that we may or may not use, but we just hold on to them for whatever reason.
For those emergencies, somebody pops up, oh my God, where's my lipstick? You go in and put that awful one that then it's like so waxy, it gets on your teeth and on the roof of your mouth. You're like,
I get it. But so what's the attachment? So those are the physical items. But then what about the mental junk drawer? What about when we can't get that crap out of the subconscious mind? Like we hold on to it, thinking we're going to use it again. We're going to, that it has a purpose, but inevitably it just keeps us tied to our past. So we want to hear your take on that and the idea of how does the physical junk drawers actually connect to the mental junk drawers too? So
wow, that's a big thing, Lori. So I was trying to prepare, like, what am I going to talk about, and how is this going to impact and kind of shed some light on junk drawers? And Marty and I were talking about the junk drawer itself, right? So earlier in the week, I looked in my junk drawer to see actually what was in there. And there's, like you said, the lipstick. I have a thing of Scotch tape, recipes. There's batteries in there. There's bands in there.
There's pennies?
Pennies. Oh my God, so many pennies. So many pennies. Pennies have a special meaning to me. I always save pennies, and I look at
it. I love them.
Me too.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be from just in my tradition that pennies are your angels are speaking to you.
Yeah.
Nice.
From heaven. So I always save pennies, so things are in there. But also, I just moved a couple years ago. I was telling Marge this the other night, and my daughter cleaned out my kitchen, and in her packing, she packed the entire junk drawer and junk drawer. No categorization, nothing. Just took the drawer, dumped it into a plastic bin.
Yes, you can.
And that's the junk drawer. And I've lived here 3 years, and the junk drawer box is still downstairs unpacked. So I don't know what that really is about.
Perfect. See, that just starts the conversation. You said I wasn't sure how to start. You just started it. It's like the junk drawer moved from the other house, boxed, not even opened. So what are you holding on to? So
it's still stored in your space.
It's occupying space.
Taking up that little Rubbermaid corner. It's still taking up like So the question for today was, what about the junk drawer in your brain, which is
taking up space. It's
yeah,
taking up space
the way you look at it.
from getting more things in there, new things that have more meaning to you now in your life. So I guess the question would be is like, let's talk about that. Why do we do that? So let's talk about that like on a subconscious level and a conscious level, and what we can do to start to alleviate some of that. So one of the suggestions that we made on Tuesday was we challenged everybody to start going through their physical junk drawers. And, between now and Sunday, and start the decluttering of the physical to help start decluttering the mental. Because, right, Margie, you said that as you've been sort of going through your junk drawers, that you're like, why am I still holding on to these physical things? And you feel like when you're cluttered in your space.
Yes. I'm constipated in the brain.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? I don't really want to have conversations with nobody. I'm easily irritated. And then I'm like, look at this fucking house. There's something in every corner. I just can't deal with it no more. And my niece is looking at me like I'm crazy. And my mother's like, because she's oblivious anyway. But then I allow myself to get ramped up like that. And then I'll see things out of place. And then I'm like yelling, but it's really, my house is under construction. And even though I do a lot of self-talk, it'll take that moment where it's like, everything's like, when you shove a drawer and shit still pokes out, that's how my brain feels sometimes. Yeah.
But we do that even mentally, right? You stutter, you lose it. But think about when we got that thing rolling in our head, the thing over and over again that we're pissed off about, that we're not letting go. And then somebody asks us a question and we react the same way you just did physically to the physical clutter. Let's shout out to hi Lillian. Good morning, Lillian. And
hi Lillian.
Margie and I will shut up because Laura, at least I'll shut up because we got to let Laura talk a little bit. So
let me give shout out. I want to give a shout out to Jennifer Luxe Rizzo. Welcome.
Good morning.
Con Leche, Titi Dali. Welcome. My cousin Toji, Nancy Green's drinking Maxwell House for low acid.
Right.
Toji's today. Yep. So that's it. Those are the shout outs. I think it's important, Laura. We both agree because we invite people on the show and we like, even if we're interrupting what we're saying, to acknowledge because they're taking time out to sit and listen to us. And I think that, I'm grateful for that. You got to show gratitude because time is very important. When you give it, you don't get it back. So we honor the people who do come on to watch.
Aww.
And it will honor you more, especially my family, if you like and share. Thank you. Go ahead, Laura.
Okay, so just a couple of things I want to just throw out there. So when we're thinking about these things in our junk drawer and we're holding on to the pennies and the little mementos and the tickets, we're accumulating them in a way that we're accumulating our memories. Are our memories tied to those little pieces of material, right? Because our memories really reside in our brains, okay? So what is it about that item that we feel so connected with? Can we throw it out but still have the memory, right? Why do we need this little piece of a ticket stub or a penny to kind of remember a particular event in our lives? Why are we so connected to it? And I think sometimes creates anxiety, right? And sometimes people get so dysfunctional in letting go that they start hoarding. And hoarding is all about anxiety, okay? Are there feelings of, anxiety attached to those things? What are the sentimental values of those things? And if you think about hoarding as being like an anxiety thing, like their things, it's kind of different because we think about hoarding like as an anxiety disorder and OCD. And when you have OCD, these obsessions and these compulsions are distressing to the person. But when people hoard, their hoarding is pleasurable to them. What's distressing is letting it go. So are we holding on to these things because we don't want to let go, right? So I think it goes deeper than just the items itself, is what is surrounding those items that we don't want to let go. I think that's what we have to really look at. What are we holding on to these things for? What do they mean to us? And what are we afraid of letting go?
I think, I'm sorry, Lori, did I interrupt you?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think you mentioned the ticket stubs. I think I'm always all over the place. And I know that I'm thinking about this. And then, like yesterday, I bombarded with Lori with another idea. And she sat there like this. Oh, yeah, I'm in. You sound pretty good. But can we focus on this? You know, and I hold on to certain.
You sound like such a bitch. You made me sound like such a bitch.
Not at all. And I think it's because I'm so busy. No, let me change that, because busy to me means being under Satan's yoke. It means, you know, it keeps you from what you should be doing. I am so actively thinking all the time that, and I want to do this, and I'm doing this, and then I'm going to do this side project while I'm working on this, and it's not going to interrupt, but it does, because then I get caught up in this, that I don't want to forget Eric. And that's what it boils down to for me. That's why I have purses full of mail that comes in his name. That's why I have those ticket stuff. Even though I live in the house that we lived, got married in, and where he died in, and I have pictures of us randomly throughout the house. But those little items, I don't know, like when I still get a letter from whatever, whether it's a bill or bullshit, it's still like, Eric got mail. And it's been 3 years plus now, you know? So, and that's like my way of holding on, because my mind is always so congested. Like behind me, and I specifically sat here today because I could have picked any other wall, but you see that my wall half gray, half white, because my house is under construction. And I have to leave after this show and go to Home Depot and get the primer to finish this wall today. So those are things that I'm looking at, because I don't forget, and I can't write it down. So, and that's the attachment to me, and you're absolutely right. Why do we hold on to things? And sometimes it depends who you are, where you're at now in your life. And it's just that if you don't see it, if it's not tangible, you're going to forget it. But I'm learning. I already emptied 3 purses out the other day, and I ripped up all the mail that I have been saving for 2.5 years. So
yeah, Laura, like in Marchie's case with what she's saying, isn't it more along the lines of, she's not anxious so much. It's not like an outright anxiety disorder that she's having. It's more comforting, like feeling like, you know, she's not alone, like he's still present by doing and I don't think that's, as long as it's not like running the show, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. We all have our comfort measures. Like we all, like people have a comfy bed, they have their, you know.
But then comfort is also that pint of ice cream whenever we're feeling down, and that's not good for us after we've eaten it.
But yeah, that's why you don't go crazy with it. You know, it's not like, you know, like when you said you had his ticket stubs in the visor of the car. You know, like what I was going to say to you was, what if you took those ticket stubs, you made this beautiful artwork where you incorporate the ticket stubs, and while that might be a great idea, and you may say that'd be a great idea, but there's something also very cathartic about having the ticket stubs in the car, because he's in the car with you, right? And so if you brought the ticket stubs in from the car, then you don't have him in the car with you.
Yeah.
You know?
But I think the thing that we have to think about is when it becomes problematic is when these items controlling you and you're not controlling them. So by you kind of compartmentalizing this, you know, section of bills or junk or whatever is in this box and this one is in here, I think that's when you're in control of it, right? You've done things because they have sentimental value and they have meaning to you. They're not controlling you, you're controlling them. You have them there as a memory to kind of just reflect and know that, like Lori said, he's with you. I think that we all are connected, you know, in terms of sentiment to things. That's good, right? It's not saying we have to wipe everything out and get rid of all of our possessions and not have a junk drawer. I think junk drawers are good, right? They're functional. But when do these things start controlling us
Yes.
is when it becomes pathological.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's perfect. What you said is perfect because, right, Margie, think about it. It's like you can have your junk drawer, but like let's say you have one junk drawer in your kitchen, and you've been putting stuff in there for years, but you never spill over from that junk drawer. And in order for you to not spill over from that junk drawer, that means you have to be in control of what's in the junk drawer and what goes out. So as you go to put, remember, like you get to a point where you put stuff, you can't shut the door anymore. The door, and so you're like, okay, I got to get rid of some of this crap, you know? And so you get rid of some of it to make room for the other part that you're adding. So you are in control. So as opposed to it spilling over, well, I'm done with this junk drawer, I got to go to the next junk, got to find room for that. So yeah, I mean, I think that's right. Wouldn't you agree, Marge? I mean, that's like.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm down. I had, since I moved here, I had 4 big purses. I'm down to 1.
I'm proud of you.
I'm gonna get rid of them because they really don't bother me, but it's a good memory because it's the last time he was able to swing his arm and throw a pitch. The first pitch of the baseball game that day, he threw it. They selected him to do it. So I mean, it's a good memory, and it was a good introduction to our life with ALS. So there's good and brave memories attached to those ticket stubs. Yeah, but as far as like, I don't even have drawers in my kitchen. I'm having a concept because it is easy. I have a jar. I can't bring it over here, but it's like a water, like the big water bottle things, and I put in red. If you fear change, leave it here. So, and it's mostly pennies because people they toss pennies like in the house. I don't really pick up pennies in the street because people throw wishes on it. Yeah, but like in the house, I collect them because they turn into something. And you know what? I love Abraham Lincoln. What the hell?
Yeah.
Credit.
I pick up every penny.
Yes.
I do too.
No matter where, I pick it up. Face down, face up.
I'm spiritual and superstitious. But Linda
says
that her junk drawer stuff, and she always says, Lori, reminds me of you, that she's going to need it at some point. And then when you put them there, you forget about them. And here comes the wife cleaning and throwing it off.
Yeah.
Good thing she has OCD, or I would have several junk drawers. Absolutely. I think like Samuel Jackson said it best. He says, you say I have OCD. I say, put the MF back where you found it. Yeah. But yeah, I absolutely believe, and I think that the mail was something to hold on to. For whatever reason, I'm still figuring that out. But I did feel good the other day. I showed you the garbage bag, Lori, right?
Yeah.
And I felt good because it's just time. And I think everybody mourns differently, no matter if it's a death or a divorce. You're mourning it as a great loss, even though you might have initiated the divorce. Or like in my case, I knew Eric was going to die. But it's still like a slap in the face, like, what the fuck? Oh my God, it happened. What am I supposed to do now?
Yeah.
Yes. So, and I think that I've dealt with it, but it's a roller coaster, just like, I ride the wave of chaos all my life. That's what I've done. So it's comfortable for me until it reaches a point where I can't even use a purse because it's filled with bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think for those out there that have junk drawers, just go through it. Take, even if you go through it like 10, 15 minutes a day for the week, dedicate that time to you and go through your junk drawer.
Right.
Throw out what you don't need. Scotch tape, everybody needs scotch tape.
Yes.
Everybody does.
Take those pennies, take them, collect them, and cash them in. I'm
going to show you something because I love it.
Oh, goodness.
That's so funny.
I have a jar. It's called the gratitude jar. And you can't really see what it says. And the little papers in there and pennies. And what I do is when I see a penny, I have the papers there. I write something I'm grateful for, because the pennies are like angels. They are like gifts from heaven. The song is perfect for it because it makes you stop we stop for a penny on the sidewalk, crossing the street. We bend down and in a line in the grocery store, like, fuck it, there's a penny, I'm picking it up. We do that. Why? Those are reminders of something. So it's like, take a moment.
Reminder that we once were broke ass. That's what it's. Only the people who've only ever been broke ass in their life are the ones that pick up the pennies.
I love it.
Me,
you know, I love it. And my ex would take handfuls of pennies and just fucking pennies and throw them out. And it's unfortunate that my son developed that same habit. And Frank, my brother-in-law, I would walk out of the side door from the kitchen and I'll see a whole bunch of pennies on the banister or thrown because they feel there's no value there. But even if you value a penny enough to look at it, pick it up and be grateful for something that happened good in your day. You know what? For every penny you find in your junk drawer, how's this? For those that are going to take 10 minutes a day until they finally go through everything in their junk drawer, write on a piece of paper what you're grateful for. Or get a notepad, and for every penny that you have to pick up throughout the time you're cleaning out that junk drawer, write something you're grateful for. At the end, when your drawer is decluttered and you kept what you really think you need, go down your list. You're gonna be amazed at the simple things you're grateful for, but we don't ever take time to acknowledge, accept, and allow ourselves to feel the gratitude of, you know what, it wasn't so bad today.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I challenge you for next conversation, we can have that.
So we have.
Good morning, beautiful power women.
Good morning.
And he said, I can't stand junk drawers because my daughter has like 10 of them all over the place. Excuse the dog, you know I'm indoors today. Yeah.
So we have,
That's it.
10 minutes left. And one of the things too that, Laura, I wanted to ask you is that, so you talked about that it could be a link to anxiety that people, it's just they want to keep those memories or for whatever they're connected to. What about the idea also that it's also avoidance? Like, you know, like we're so on the go all the time. Like we're so stressed mentally, emotionally, and it's just easier to take, like you're looking at the thing, you're going, I don't know what to do with this. And you just throw it in the junk drawer. And again, the connection to like, what do we avoid also in our life mentally and emotionally?
Change.
That represents the
Grit, right?
You know?
Change.
So can you elaborate on that? Like talking about like the avoidance piece.
Yeah, well, I think avoidance comes from, you know, uncomfortableness. People don't want to be uncomfortable in uncomfortable emotions, emotional ties to some of those things. And rather than dealing with it, they just shove it away. And for years, that stuff seems to accumulate, right? I can just share with you, I have a space in my kitchen here that I shove everything, bills, receipts. I have nail polish in there. It's just a big thing. Like, cause I work at my kitchen table and then I just shove everything in there. Well, it got so big. It was one of those, you know, plastic totes of stuff that I had no more room. And I just took that stuff and put it downstairs. And now I have another box. And to go through all of that stuff would take so much mental fortitude to kind of go through and say, do I need this? Don't I need this? And I just don't have the time or the brain space to do it right now.
But see that, and it takes that time and space. But now the question I have for you, because you brought it up, is that controlling you now? Because you move the box rather than just deal with it. You move the box and grabbed another one. And if you keep going, next thing you know, you're going to have like 3 boxes downstairs.
I know.
And then some of that is out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Avoidance. You avoid it. You're like, I can't deal with it right now. So
yes.
But it's not even that I don't want to deal with it. Sometimes it's like, oh shit, I forgot. I got to go through those boxes. It's like a lover who don't want you no more. You're out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
Only because I've been ghosted. So
we ghost our stuff. That's the junk drawer is we're ghosting our crap.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
that's us in control, right? Us in control is we're pushing it aside.
Absolutely.
So, but isn't that a trick? We think that we're in control, but technically that lover that she's talking about, that Mark's talking about, technically the lover is in control because they're still there. they're still present in our life. The junk drawer, the mental clutter.
Yeah.
We think we're in control. That's like the big bluff of all, you know?
Yeah. It's very ironic that we think we're in control, but we're really not, right? Our thoughts are what's controlling everything. We're allowing those things to come in and to go out. And what do we need to do to strengthen our thoughts, right? And controlling our thoughts.
So
meditation.
So what do you think what would you recommend to our viewers and to all of us, you know, like the three of us as well? Because just because Margie and I host, it's like we are them. We're everybody. Like, everybody. So,
Absolutely.
What would you recommend for, like we said, start cleaning out stuff? You know, do you recommend that too? You want to like one up it? Is there anything that you could say, like even going forward past Sunday, what could people do to help diminish their physical junk drawer and their mental and emotional junk drawer?
Well, first there has to be a want to do that, right? So without a want and
want you to do that. We want you to do that, right, Margie? We're saying we want you to do that. So I'm just kidding. I know it has to be the person's want. I know. It
has to be the person's want. Like when you guys said by Sunday, I want you to go through your junk drawer, I started getting a little anxious because I do not want to open that junk drawer. I'm like, no way, I can't do that. There's so many little tiny things in there that I'd have to make a decision on what I'm going to do with them, right? So I think if we do have this desire to kind of cleanse, we have to think about what is it that we're trying to cleanse and why, and what benefit is it going to serve us?
Yes.
Right? So first there has to be a desire to want to clean out this junk drawer, right? And I'm really thinking having a junk drawer is a bad thing, right? If it's not controlling you,
Correct.
right? So for cleansing, I think the best cleanse is to become very in touch with what do you think is not serving you well anymore?
Yes.
Right? And how do we get that awareness? I think in taking time and sitting with ourselves and really understanding these thoughts and what are these thoughts doing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I live that. My son-in-law says that he's not a big fan of decluttering. So if he hasn't used it in 2 to 3 months, he doesn't even look in the drawer anymore. He just tosses everything. Because guess what? Without a doubt, you're going to start another junk drawer. It's just going to happen.
That's true. What if you're right, you have to decide. Now my dog's being a pain in the ass. She's whining in the back. So categorize, maybe that might help. So we don't want to make people more anxious. We don't want you to start getting heart palpitations and have an anxiety attack because we asked you to do this. What if you categorize? What if you say, would you please, my goodness, what if you
I don't hear.
say, okay, any money in there, let's start with that. Take out all the money and then put it in the bag and collect any money that you have in the house and go bring it to go get the little ticket and get cash. Batteries, tape, paper clips, you know, like all little things, recipes, take them out, put them in a folder and put them somewhere, but maybe baby steps. And if you want to binge watch a show, take the junk drawer out and sit it next to you and do something that you love. That, you know, if it makes you happy to watch a show, you do that at the same time. So it's little pieces, right? So I know we only have a few minutes, but Margie, when you were going through your stuff with the pocketbooks, what were you doing as you were going through the stuff in the pocketbooks?
I was actually listening to jazz as I do it because it calms my spirit where I won't get emotional. I'm lost in the saxophone and my favorite is guitar jazz. And so that's what I was doing when I was doing that. So I detached. I was more in the jazz club sitting with Thelonious and Miles Davis. I have a huge imagination.
That's a good point. Detached.
But we all want to say, and Laura said it, and Lori said it, and I'm going to say it. It is okay to have a junk drawer.
Oh, yeah.
It is okay. Just don't let them overflow into taking over your whole kitchen cabinet.
Yeah.
You know, or don't push your peonies aside because you're filling that peony drawer with junk drawer shit. You know, I'm not organized. I'm not gonna put all my recipes in a book. First of all, I don't cook. I don't care to cook. I don't want to cook. I'll bring the pie, please. And so, you know, you know, but it's okay to have that because we all need somewhere to put something. This is my desk, okay? What do I have? I have a picture of our first ALS walk. I have an extra tip for my a Sharpie, you know? I took all my razor blades out. I have a Buddha thing I went to in Tampa, like in 2010. And then I have a whole bunch of nails because I'm constantly hanging up art. Here's my pencil and my Sharpie. And one earring because I don't know where the hell the other one is, but it's my gypsy earring and I really don't want to let it go. So, and that's just my desk right here that I've been moving all over the house while it's been under construction.
Okay.
It's okay. So don't get us wrong. It's okay. Just connect yourself with the items as you're going along and then think, do I need this? Do I, I don't need this. And I'm going to tell you, the tickets will probably never leave my car because it was a good day for Eric and I in the beginning of a very frightening diagnosis. But all the other stuff, I've been feeling very good, disposing of it.
And,
looking at it, okay, ripping it and smiling because he pops in my head. But getting rid of it, I've gotten rid of a lot of things and a whole bunch of lip glosses that are too glossy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my hair getting stuck in it when I'm talking, or my hair, the wind pulls in my ears.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like matted lipstick now, so I don't need all those lip glosses. So they went to the trash.
Yeah. But I think we have to distinguish between a junk drawer and sentimental things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And don't put your crap, like the sentimental stuff, in the junk drawer because you want to avoid it. Like, put that in a special place. Don't mix the beautiful pictures and the tickets. You wouldn't want them sitting in there next to the batteries and the pennies and the paper clips. You want them somewhere where you will see them. You have them in that special place in your visor, so he comes with you. And we are out of time, so.
Thank you. My cousin Marina says I'm going through that right now. Yeah, we are. Her mother passed away a couple weeks ago, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's still too soon anyway. I mean,
Yeah, I think that, you know what, we gotta navigate our lives how it's best for us, because the three of us will still look at the same thing and see it differently.
Yeah.
But I think that navigate your life in the healthiest way possible for yourself. And if you're 50, 51 in my case, and 48 of those years have been chaos and fuck ups, it's okay. You're still breathing. You got up this morning. You took that deep breath. You stretched. You had your café con leche. And it's time to make a new.
Café con leche?
Yes, you had your coffee.
Send us a selfie. Look at that. I love it.
It says Mama Bear.
Love it.
And so, every day is a new day to be grateful and to be accepting and to love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Because with that self-love comes self-trust and self-respect, and you can barge in and kick in any door, and people will separate and make way for you to come through. That's your job. So with that, Laura, we want to say your last goodbyes on the show.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming and listening.
Thank you for coming on, Laura. We loved having you. It's like
having you.
Wonderful.
Good. I hope I contributed in some way.
Yes.
Totally.
You did. Absolutely. You did.
Yes.
We did. Thank you.
Okay.
So next week, for Tuesday's show, our topic is, are you a shoe whore? So that ought to be an interesting see, Laura is, so that's good. Laura could be listening and commenting.
Oh my God.
And so we're going to talk about why people are shoe whores, why they aren't, and what shoes are you whoring? I don't know, Margie, whatever you want to do.
People are going to automatically think we're talking about sandals and high heels. No, if you're a sneaker whore, if you're a
boots
whore or a slime.
I don't discriminate.
Yeah, we
don't discriminate. I whore all shoes.
So that'll be Tuesday's conversation. And so that's it. So everybody have a great weekend. We want to thank our very special guest, Laura Toriano, to coming on. And we loved having you. We want to have you back again.
Okay.
Everybody, you know, if you can, you know, go for it and try to go through that junk drawer. We don't want to stress you out, but let us know how you did. If you did work on it, let us know how you felt about it, how you feel about yourself, and share those pictures of your cup. Hashtag Taza de Cafe con Leche, right? Did I say it right? You're the one who's always saying it, so I'm like, right? Did I say it right, Margie?
What?
The
Viva Café con- Yeah, hashtag taza de. Yeah, you said it right. You always
Okay,
say it right. That's why I'm like, what is she asking me?
I just want to make sure.
Maron, but it's right.
I second guessed. So you guys, thanks so much. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday. And remember, be you, be real, be extraordinary. And Margie?
Breathe in the beauty. Breathe out the bullshit. And have a great day.
That's great.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you on Tuesday.
Ciao. Laura, I love you. I'll talk to you.